Good morning, house hunties.
Wow. Look at Margot. She looks like an AI-generated bitch.
But do you like Margot? Because I can't tell.
If you're serious about making an offer, think about a number and then go way above that.
You look like a nice couple.
Just make sure we find the right buyers.
We have to get out of here before we both lose our minds. Just start packing.
I think they're on the road to healing. I mean, I don't think this experience healed them fully.
But they probably take Pilates together now.
Yeah.
They're trying little things.
Maybe couples?
Couples therapy? Oh, couples therapy? Yeah. I mean, you probably twist my
Dragged you,
arm. You
yeah.
twist my arm and get me in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I don't know. Are we doing?
I just think it would be funny, and then you took it too far. Like, you got really into the couples therapy. All the lingo and the, whatever.
Yeah,
No, I'll try to make it safe for you, Lydia, to say, yeah.
I think they're doing better, though. They're doing much better.
It's so fun to dive into.
I think it's good just because you've got JD, who's this kind of not very bright, out of work actor. And then he's with this kind of dynamo who's all about kind of having, the right handbag and the right blouse and the right shoes. And something's got to pay for all that. And it's not going to be this out of work actor. So right there, I think you have the good friction to create some fire.
And just the way that, our energies as the characters, they're so different, but somehow Liz makes that seem like it makes so much sense, which is also, it's Luke. He's incredible. Whatever he says, it just seems to make sense, and it is hilarious at the same time. And yet it's something you feel like, I know that person, but I've never seen somebody do it in this way. I love it. It's just, and then us going back and forth. And I think, the whole cast, the people that Liz, and the casting and the team that we have, the way that they choose people, they choose such incredibly unique and talented people. It's so much fun to come to work each day and get to play with other people.
I've never had it happen where I've been doing a scene with someone and looking very intently in their eyes and thought, this person's lying to me right now. They're telling me a lie right now, which is great. I mean, there's this writer I like, and he says what he likes most about his dogs is that they're humble. They're not yearning for anything. And I mean, to me, these characters everyone's yearning for something and striving to do something. And of course, ambition can be good, but there's also, an element where you're kind of abandoning the idea of ever just being happy and content, where there's always a newer model car to get. There's always a better house. There's always a better neighborhood. There's always, a better vacation spot. So there are those people, I think, that get kind of stuck in that mode where, I don't know if it's climbing or just being kind of stuck on this treadmill. But it was certainly kind of a fun environment to have the show set in. And just the idea that the main character, Liz Feldman, has said is the house. The house is, the backdrop and kind of the Wizard of Oz of the whole show.
Which I feel like you can relate to in a lot of ways, because the home represents so much. The outside of it represents what you kind of, what people see about, when you invite people into your home, what do they learn about you? And then what are you projecting? What do you all of those things. And then the thing I think that is fun about the writing too, and what is the secrets that the home has, the secrets that the people have, and all of those things sort of being layered into how you behave, and how those secrets, how hiding something actually informs what you're putting out into the world. For instance, my character is hiding what she doesn't like about how she grew up, and so what she's putting out into the world is a blatant cover-up of something that she's feeling deeply insecure about.
I mean, it's a gorgeous house. I would buy.
Yeah, I always laugh because my character is the one person who's like, I don't like it. I'm gonna tear it down, or I'm gonna move this tree, or she's one of the only characters who wants the house but doesn't really like the house.
Yeah, I would go from the set back to my own, bedroom, which I would describe as rustic at best, and think, God, I really miss being on set. Everything was so clean. Everything was perfect,
I always kind of feel like all my characters are me, like on some level. I'm just kind of like revealing little bits of me, so there was everything about him, I think, to some extent, on some level, I'm like, I relate to being an artist and having those dreams and maybe not always feeling like, strong enough to stand up to certain people. I don't know, there's lots I related to.
Yeah. For me, this was my first time back on set since maternity leave, having my own child, and so there were a lot of parallels between Carla and myself in real time that I was able to bring into this character and into this world. So that was really exciting to explore and understand on a deeper level, some of the mental and emotional things that come up for you or might come up for you as a woman, growing a whole child inside of you, and on top of that, dealing with a mother-in-law and a new relationship and all of those things. So, yeah. I think Carla would love to see Dennis stand up to his mother in a very real way. That's not her prodding him to do it, but he feels compelled to lead in that way. I think that would be great. And also they would, they have their family as a unit now. So what that looks like, who Dennis is as a dad and Denise is as a grandma and Carla as a mom, like what that new dynamic adds to the vibe.
I think Dennis would probably like to see his mother-in-law just, show how to be a great mother to our new kid. And
Mother-in-law, what?
No, I'm joking. No, my mother-in-law, I got lost. But it's your mother-in-law.
Trying to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
trying
problem.
To be funny.
Every time I try to be funny, I trip over myself. Whatever Liz comes up with is what I want. How about that?
What I wanted to do differently was make it an ensemble, like a true ensemble that wasn't just resting on the shoulders of two characters, and to give myself and the writers an opportunity to tell as many stories as we could, and I also, I wanted to sort of see how far I could go with a very simple concept, which is buying and selling a house. And even though it's inherently a very high stakes situation, and we were talking like the three most stressful things in life: death, taxes, and moving. So I did death with Dead to Me, and and as Abby keeps joking, my next show is going to be a crazy show about accountants,
which I cannot wait to tune in for.
Yeah, maybe you'll be in it.
Okay, great. I would love to.
But I think I mean, truly, I was hoping to accomplish the creating a really entertaining show that makes you think and feel. I'm just interested in giving audiences a feeling experience, like to come away with a deeper sort of maybe understanding of themselves and their relationships, and I want people to feel seen and less alone, and to know that these really high stakes moments in life are just universal. We all go through it.
I think I'm just gonna be so vague.
Yeah, be vague.
I'll be vague. I think they're thriving. I think they're thriving, and really, I think over the course of this season and the growth, I think they've grown so much in going after this house and communicating with one another. I think they're at like a new level of their relationship, which is always a good place to be.